So in my previous video where I discussed the concept of 1919 as taught in Gilead as well as in the Watchtower library, one of the most frequent responses I was getting from Jehovah's Witnesses was that dates are really not an issue. We don't care about dates. I just want to point out that dates are an issue. It was a serious issue in Gilead, and if you look on the CD-ROM, dates are in fact a very important thing for Jehovah's Witnesses. Just looking at the CD-ROM you can tell that. For example, let's look at 1919 and see how many dates come up. 2,375. Let's see, 1914. 6,398. But then other dates, this is not just a coincidence. Other dates are not so important. For example, 1928, 466. 1929, 433. So dates are very important for Jehovah's Witnesses because they concentrate on 1919 and 1914 more than other years. So 1919 is a very important date for Jehovah's Witnesses. It's constantly in the Society's publications, and if you don't think that dates are important to Jehovah's Witnesses, there's something wrong with you. Dates are extremely important to Jehovah's Witnesses, and the 1919 date is the most crucial date for Jehovah's Witnesses, which is what I learned in Gilead. So the first point that I'd like to make about what's wrong with 1919 is the chronology. Let's think for a moment that the year 1914 is accurate. Let's set aside any doubts about 1914 at the moment, and let's think about, does the Bible actually point to 1919? Well, how does the Watchtower come up with 1919? So let me just type in 1919 calculation and see what happens. Let's see, 1919 dates of prophetic significance. Aha, here we have a number of dates. So here, to those who say that dates are not important to Jehovah's Witnesses, hello? Anyway, let's scroll down to 1914, and we see here 1,260 days begin, which will bring us down to 1918. 42 months begin, which brings us down to 1918. And as it says here, 1918, 1,260 days end. And then somehow, miraculously, they skip over to 1919 and then say 1,260 days begin, 1,290 days begin. But there's a little gap here between 1919 and 1918, and there's no explanation as to chronologically how the Society came up with those dates. So here is using the Society's publications, the Society's index, to show that the Society has no basis whatsoever for the use of the year 1919. So my challenge to Jehovah's Witnesses right now, again, is where does the Bible mention a 5-year period, or at least a 4.5-year period, that will get you from 1914 to 1919? I don't think there is one. Jehovah's Witnesses are saying that these videos are full of lies. Well, the lie is, if you believe in 1919 and yet don't have a 4.5-year chronological biblical period to back yourself up, that, my friend, is a lie. So this is my first response to the video. There will be 2 other reasons why I don't accept 1919 as a valid date, which will be coming out in further videos.